Cosmic Outlaw, the legend of Roan Hale. In a galaxy ruled by unbreakable codes and cold machines, one man discovered the most dangerous algorithm of all, defiance. In the mid-rim sectors of the galactic frontier, Verdant Prime stood as humanity's defiant jeweler, world of endless emerald forests that rolled like living oceans beneath twin suns, their light weaving golden threads through leaves as wide as shuttle wings and painting the skies in deep crimson fire at dusk. The air was thick with the breath of life itself, the sharp, sweet resin of towering ancient trees that had stood since before humans ever touched the stars, the cool, damp richness of moss blanketing every fallen log, the wild tang of blooming herbs crushed underfoot, and on the wind from unseen horizons, the faint, teasing salt of distant oceans. Distrums sang clear and constant over polished stones, and avian creatures with feathers like molten glass darted through the canopy, their calls a wild, joyous chorus that could make even the hardest settler pause and remember why their ancestors had risked everything to leave old Earth behind. This was a planet meant for freedom, for hunting under open sky, for building cabins with your own hands, for raising children who would never know the taste of recycled air or the weight of corporate permits on every breath. But dreams, it turns out, can be encrypted, locked behind layers of unbreakable code. The Core Syndicate had mastered that art. They were not mere corporations. They were architects of control, their vast networks of quantum processors and surveillance algorithms, monitoring every heartbeat on Verdant Prime. Drones didn't just fly, they calculated probabilities of descent. Tax edicts weren't just laws, they were predictive models designed to extract maximum compliance with minimum resistance. And at the heart of their system ran the unbreakable logic of profit. Organics, especially humans, were variables to be optimized, resources to be harvested. Yet even the most elegant code has vulnerabilities. Roan Hale never thought of himself as a codebreaker. He was born under those twin suns, raised in a small cabin on the very fringe of the vast Sherwood Expanse of wilderness, so deep and ancient that syndicate maps simply marked it unclaimed in faint gray lettering, as if the algorithm itself hesitated to impose order there. Roan knew every trail as if it were etched into his bones. Every hidden glade where sunlight pooled warm and golden on soft moss, every stream where fish flashed silver in clear water. His hands were calloused from bowstring and axe handle alike, his shoulders broad from years of honest work, his eyes the sharp gray-green of forest shadows, and his laugh when it came was quick, warm, and utterly disarming. He had no formal education in the core world's academies, no neural implants feeding him data streams, but Roan possessed something the Syndicate's machines could never fully predict. Intuition honed by living close to the wild, the kind of pattern recognition that came from reading wind in leaves, tracking prey by scent and shadow, understanding when a storm was coming long before sensors confirmed it. In quiet moments by his cabin fire, Roan sometimes pondered the old stories brought from Earth, tales of a brilliant human mathematician named Alan Turing, who cracked the uncrackable codes of tyrants, proving that no machine logic was beyond human insight. Roan didn't know the mathematics, but he understood the spirit. That freedom wasn't granted by systems, it was taken by those willing to see through the illusion of control. Life was good in its simplicity. Mornings spent tracking game through mist that clung cool and refreshing to skin. Afternoons splitting wood that smelled fresh and clean when the axe bit true. Evenings gathered with neighbors, honest farmers, woodsmen, families with children who still played wild and free, sharing stories of old Earth heroes, singing songs that made voices rise bold against the gathering dark, passing a jug of homebrewed ale that burned warm all the way down. Roan had no quarrel with authority that served people, but the Syndicate's kind, cold algorithms wearing human faces, enforcing obedience through calculated fear. That was another matter entirely, and on the day one perfect arrow flew true, the code began to crack.